Hi everyone, my name is Katrina Chadwick and welcome back to my channel where I talk about everything crochet related. Sometimes I do a little bit of the crafty stuff that I'm doing at that time, but this one will be purely crochet and what I've been crocheting recently. So it is, recording on my phone, I went to look at the date, the 28th, I think. It's kind of that oddness where Christmas and Boxing Day, like the 25th, 26th, is past in December. You're not quite at New Year. I don't know what day it is, what time zone I'm in, whether it's morning or night. I got no idea. Sorry. I'm just a little bit frazzled and lost. But I'm pretty sure it was that day anyway. So it's that day, I think it's the 28th of December 2019. And I wanted to do a quick video to say Merry Christmas if you celebrate. Obviously there's lots of people who do not celebrate, and I just hope you've had a good December, good festive season, and enjoyed everyone else being in a lighter mood around the Christmas time. And I hope you've had a lovely celebration of whatever you celebrate as well, because that's the main thing. I hope everyone has been healthy and safe as well. I know that sometimes there's more traffic accidents and health scares and things like that happen regardless of what time of the year it is. So I hope everyone is just happy and safe and healthy. We thankfully are all good. I did get a very sore throat. I'm starting to get like a head cold now that I've stopped. Apologies, you will see my cat over in this general direction. She likes to look out the window that you can see just here. She likes to look out the window into our front yard and watch all the cars drive by. You will hear a fan whirring. That's because it's 36 degrees Fahrenheit. Not Fahrenheit, 36 degrees Celsius. I think it was a bit hotter today though during the middle of the day, but we're 6 o'clock at night at the moment, so, and it's summer, so it's hot just regardless. I don't think it's going to drop off tonight. So yeah, I've changed a couple of times today just to stay cool. My hair's tied back in a ponytail, so it's looking a little bit raggedy, so I apologise. No makeup or anything, just had a lovely charcoal mask on my face, so it's all naked without makeup, but it's nice and smooth and soft. A little bit of an overshare, probably didn't care, whatever. So first of all, I just wanted to say, because I have done the Get Your Yarn Wishes Granted hashtag through Instagram. Now I think the first time I heard about it was possibly, wasn't last year, it must have been the year before, the very end of November, through Hannah of Cozy Cottage Crochet. There's my cat. And she had mentioned that she was doing it, and I went online to join up, sign up, see how it would all work, start to, grant people's wishes. And I was too late. It was kind of the end of it where it was all tapering off and everyone was a little bit further away from me, so trying to get them yarn or whether bags or whatever I was going to send, even patterns, it was just a little bit late. So last year I did it and I granted a lot of people patterns, and this year I started off with patterns, and then I was just waiting to see if there was someone close to me relatively for postage costs, because as we all know it's expensive postage regardless where you are, and international is just it just adds up. So you have to send a nice decent parcel to make it worthwhile for the cost. So I had granted quite a few patterns, and I got a few in return as well, which was lovely. I don't know if I've actually made any. I don't think I have, because I've been doing Christmas presents, but I did show in one of my other videos I got this beautiful gorgeous project bag by Emily. Now I'm not going to say her name because I have not her Instagram name in that, because I have not asked her, but I'm just sharing her lovely bag that she gave me. It is if I could get it right, drawstring bag, and it fits quite a fair bit inside it. I would say it's a medium size-ish, but beautiful bag, and I've had it all December on me, and I've had my Christmas presents that I was making in this bag. Lovely. I got it really quick because she was relatively close to me. She's in Australia as well, just another state away, but I'm in like the southern end of northern New South Wales, if I know where I live, and she was in Victoria, but in the northern end of that, so we're relatively close for travel for postage. It's got beautiful polka dots on the inside. So anyway, Emily sent me that. I did show it, but that was that. But I did get another one. So I had a beautiful lady from California send me this package. So I'm going to show you the package. Now, these ones, these people do not have shops, so they're purely just giving me either stuff they had in their stash that they weren't using or stuff they made. I know Emily made that bag, and I've sort of had a look at her name and see if she had any shops linked with herself, and she doesn't. Otherwise I would have went back and bought it now that I've seen that one. But well, I can't find it, so she might have it under a completely different name, that is. But this one is, if I can move my face, a little tea bag. So that is a stitch marker with a tea bag, and this one is, oopsie, wait a minute. So it's a crochet hook with a ball of yarn, and it's black. Yes, black. Inside that, but it also looks to me like the Deathly Hallows from Harry Potter, if there's any other lovers of Harry Potter out there. Doesn't it look like it? Because the way the hook's going up and down, it's the same shape on the outside. Deathly Hallows. Anyway, beautiful stitch markers, they are lovely. But then I've just got the package in front of me. So she also gave me this beautiful bag. Now, it's got 3 needles on it, so it's like DPN, it's like knitting. It's by the Home Row Fibre Co, which you can see there. And it's another drawstring bag, same size. I have not used this one because I wanted to save it to show you guys, but that was in there as well. And then she gave me a small, this is a beautiful print, and it's got teapots and cups, and this one is from a Homespun House, which is the label there, and it's got a little pull charm on the top, and it's got a beautiful gingham pattern inside, which is pretty. So that one's a little bit smaller for size, but a perfect small size. Put quite a few projects in that. So 2 bags, 2 stitch markers, but she also gave me yarn, less traveled yarn, hand dyed bandito. So it's worsted, it's 100% superwash merino, and it's travelingyarn.com. So that is the website, and that is the colour. So it's like charcoal greys with a little bit of browns with a very light, I don't want to say yellow, but it kind of is. It's not bright yellow, but it's like a pale yellow wash, and then there's little patches of white and flecks. So I think it'll look really nice made up, actually, if I move my head. So I think that'll look really nice. I don't have any worsted, so this will be my first one. So I've got to look for patterns that I can fit either one skein or find another skein or two to match this and make this like pop out as the main colour. But then I got Foxtail Fibre Studios in a merino wool and nylon blend, and this is a mini skein, as you can see, and it's another beautiful colour. So pinks and purples, a little bit of that like greeny colour in there. Now the skeins that she sent me actually all really work well together. They're just different weights. So this is a sock yarn, this is a 4-ply, and that's the worsted. But then the third one that she sent me was Pandia's Jewels hand dyed yarn merino sport. So it's a sport weight, so it's a 5-ply, and it's blush. 80% merino wool, 20% nylon. Well, no, it says sport up there, and then it says 3-ply sport weight. Yeah, and that's like a pink. You can see that? Yep. So, beautiful, beautiful See what I mean? I love all those together. I would just have to hold that double and potentially that double, but then that'll be too thick for that. I don't know. I could make it work if I really wanted to. I just have to work it out for. But I got 3 beautiful skeins of yarn, 2 of these, and 2 stitch markers. And I feel very, very spoiled because we didn't do it as a swap. That was purely a gift for me. Whereas I know with the red bag, I did a swap. And I said, would you like me to send something back to you? She's like, yeah. Whereas this one was just purely a gift, which was absolutely amazing. So that was generosity of everyone out there. So when you are signing up to do the Make a Yarn Wishes Granted hashtag, which is November of sort of each year, I think the first week, excuse me, or the second week, either way, you'll see the hashtag starting to become really popular again, turning up. But I've thanked everyone. I was a bit delayed. My brain is still a little bit fuzzy. I'm not really good with remembering small details at the moment, so it's just getting things through my brain. Yes. And okay, so where to start? I have finished objects. I finished 3 Christmas presents, and then I have 2 amigurumi that I finished this week, pretty much from Christmas Day. No, I'd say from Christmas Eve to today. I just sat down and needed to have some sort of meditation type therapy for myself. I lost my son in July, and whether you've seen my previous post or not, he was stillborn. So I have been using crochet as therapy, and it is amazing therapy. Didn't realise how good it was for myself anyway. I'm assuming it's just as good for everyone else who crochets because they love it as well. And Christmas, this is the first Christmas without him, so it's kind of a roller coaster ride. I have my extreme ups where I'm like really high, having great fun with my other 2 sons, because I do have 2 other sons and they aren't in school yet, like they're quite little, so the joy of Christmas and the pure excitement and everything like that is just contagious, and you fly away with it and it's great. And then there's just moments where I just drop down and all I can think about is the lack of my son. He should be here with me. I would have had a 5-month-old. I would have had a 5-month-old on Christmas Day. And you know, towing around a baby with these things, especially a 5-month-old baby, would have just been delightful. But it didn't happen, and I can't dwell on the shoulda, woulda, couldas. As harsh as that sounds, I'm telling myself, okay, we feel it, we got to feel the emotion, we got to recognize it for what it is, and then we have to be able to tell ourselves, okay, it's okay to feel this, and how are we going to take the step, like as ourselves, I'm referring to myself in the third person, how am I going to make myself feel okay with it and be able to take the rest of the day as it comes. And a lot of the time it's just crocheting, or thinking of doing something for Sydney specifically. We went to have dinner with him in the middle of the night where he is, and things like that. So yes, a little bit of backstory there, but it relays into all this. So my presents that I finished have been gifted. So they were all gifted on Christmas Day. We had Christmas lunch at our house, and I cooked, because everyone loves my Christmas ham and the glaze that I do on the ham, so everyone wanted to come to our place and asked that I cook it, which is amazing. I may put up a picture just to show. It looks a little bit nervous actually, the glaze, don't stress. Oh, cat's gonna wobble, sorry, camera just wobbled a little. So I finished my blanket, which I was doing. I did show in my last picture video, and I'll show up here somewhere. It is the Cozy Stripe Blanket Cat, and it's in 3 colours. It is Valuable Super Saver USA style. It is from Spotlight in Australian craft store here. It's roughly a 10 ply yarn, in 3 colours. It was mallard, silver and grey. You can see it on my Ravelry if you do link. I usually link it down in the Dropbox. Blah, blah, blah. In the Dropbox below, I usually tag myself, so you can look it up if you want to look it up for specs. I made it roughly 170 by 190 when I was hanging it on the line to dry, but then as it bounced back up once it came back inside, because I did wash it because I've got animals and I just wanted to wash it for my stepdad, it sort of goes between 170 and 190, but that's fine because it's meant to be something for more lounge, resting, that sort of thing. It's not supposed to be over a bed or a fixture that's a set size, so that's all right. But it was finished and it looks really good, and I was super impressed with that because I was hoping just to get it done by Christmas Day, and I had it done a month early, which is good. And that pattern, I'll just say it again, it's the Cozy Stripe Blanket. It's by Addict24, free pattern, Ravelry is where I got it. Ravelry sends you to the blog and then you get it all from there. My second Christmas present I finished was the Sea Breeze cover up, and it's by Katarina. Yeah, Katarina. That's the name that she uses on Ravelry. It's where I saw the pattern originally. So Ravelry, I went and used the free link, but you can buy it as a PDF if you wish to have PDF format for a small fee. It's worth it really because the pattern's really good. So I used the free pattern. I made it in this whirl. Now this is only what's left. So I have a little bit of this light grey, and then it moves into these like tealy green colours. So the green colours didn't make it in. Now I have the tag over here. I think it was minty velvet. Minty black velvet, and it's one of the Ship as Wells. I used 60 to 80% of the whirl, I would say. It's really just that, so I have to find something that will use whatever that is left over and will look good in like an ombre effect, but it will look nice. So it starts off with black and it goes down to a really light grey in it. It was for my mum, and it's a cover up to wear over her swimmers when she is at the beach. She's doing an overseas trip next year, so it was a gift for her. Sorry, my leg is dying. I'm just going to shift, sitting on a lounge. And she tried it on. It fit. It was just a little bit short, but she said she would wear little swimmer short trunks with it, so I didn't have to alter anything. I omitted the tassels on the pattern when you see it online, but I will insert photos of the design that I finished so you can see what I did. Yes, so then I finished that, and I was thinking that was for my mum and my stepdad, so I'd made these 2 Christmas presents, and I wanted to do something for my husband's mum. She's been very helpful to us with our kids this year, just like generally looking after them, being a good nan. So I had bought her a bag of mixed bits and pieces, and I wanted to make her a scarf. So I could wake up quite quick. So I've got some on my chin. And I got it out of Love Crochet, because I still buy crochet magazines because I still like them. So Love Crochet September 2019, so it's an older one. I think because it's not from here, it's a tattered copy because my kids got to it. September, October. I must have got it like late October. I'd say that's what it was, late October. And then started to make it in late November. I'm just going to show you. So this is Emma Potter's pattern that she's put in here. So you can find it under Potter and Bloom. It is free in the magazine, but if you go online, it is a paid pattern. So this is the pattern. And I obviously have my, sorry, I've got the picture and I've obviously got the pattern here. Online it's a couple of dollars, and it's called the Fab Scarf on Ravelry. In this, it's just called 3 scoops to sort of represent the three colours. There's like a light brown taupe colour around her neck, and then the white here and the pink there. So instead, I've done purple with a taupey colour here, and then a white around the neck. I will also put up a photo just to share what mine looks like. I did mine in this. I used my leftovers. Sheepy's Colour Crafter. Oops. It's an 8 ply. So 8 ply, 100% acrylic. The colours I cannot pronounce, so I will just put them up on my Ravelry. Well, they're up on the Ravelry. It's the 3 colours that I used in my dress that I made earlier in the year. I just tried to use my scraps for this and tried not to buy anything extra because I'd been a little bit bad and bought a few extra things coming up close to the end of the year. Not very good, I know. So I finished those, gifted those. They were all received extremely touching and moving. I haven't made anything for these people crocheted wise because I find it hard to find the right person that will appreciate a handmade gift. And if I've put time and effort into something, I don't want them to feel like they have to keep it and then just like it sits in a drawer because they don't really want it. I would prefer them to say, oh, sorry, I won't appreciate this, or I've gifted it to my friend who would really love it, you know, and they really liked it. They were really appreciative. So I wasn't too sure. But anyway, went down really well. Made my stepdad cry. But it was tears of joy because he absolutely was touched by it. And for him, I knew he'd be the one that would appreciate it the most. It just, all the feels. So yes, I finished my Christmas presents that I had shown and that I had said that I was going to do. And then I will show you the next 2 things. So this is from Christmas Eve. I went onto my Ravelry favourites and I was just flicking through things, you know, scrolling through going, what do I want to make now? I'm not sure. I want to dig out of stuff that I already have in my stash. I want to be fairly quick. I want to get that satisfaction of just finishing something. 2 days, which I thought was pretty good. I know there's some people that whip these out within a day and things, but I made a little bumblebee. So this one is called Amigurumi Bee. Simple, great title. I forget the name of the actual person, but the pattern will be, I always tag all the patterns that I use. And paper and garden and paper, or no, anyway, free pattern on Ravelry. It takes you to the blog where you get it. Now, so simple to understand. Instructions wise, construction, start from the bottom and go up, attach wings and pieces and do little sewing in bits. Beautiful. Now I even did like little cheeks. So what I used was cotton in this one. I've made amigurumi in the past and just used acrylic because I was a beginner. I feel confident enough now to venture out and use other materials, but this is made out of 4 Seasons Flinders cotton. It's 8 ply. It's 50-gram ball. And these are just numbers, like 8036750. So it's yellow, and there's a black and a white, and it's all the same one. So then I finished this, and I then went, what do I make now? Same thing, I want to make something relatively quick for the end of the year. I want to start the new year with new products, new projects. And I thought, and there was this little reindeer. Now, I know Christmas is over, but it's still December, so it still feels Christmassy. So I got this pattern. Now, it's by the same designer as this one. I think it's supposed to be the same size, but what I had in my stash was recycled cotton, which is this colour here. And this one's 8 ply. I think this is like 10 to 12 ply. So I had this one ball of it. I'm going to see if I got a tag here somewhere. Let me just check. Yes, I do. So it was valuable recycled cotton blend. Oh, apologies for flicking that. It's natural colour, was 85% recycled cotton and 15% polyester. These, I'm pretty sure these are discontinued. They made a new version of this because these were super cheap. They were like $2 for one big ball. I didn't even use the whole ball to make this. So, sorry, I've got a bit of light coming through off my curtains, but so awesome reindeer. And the only thing it's missing from the pattern is a scarf. I didn't have a colour for it, so I went out today to the store that's closest to me. It's like 45 minutes away. So I'm gonna move back into the light. I have picked up some beautiful red. In the pattern, she's got a beautiful dark green for the scarf, but I'm using red because that's what I could find. Didn't like the greens I had. It was like highlighter green. I didn't do red as reindeer. I just reindeer as Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer. I just did normal. So these little antlers and ears. Super easy to follow pattern. Recommend, highly recommend. So I will tag the designer and these. I will be making more from this person. There is a whole heap that you can pick through. If you look at their name on Ravelry, there's heaps. I'm sure you probably all have seen or heard of it if you've scrolled through amigurumi on Ravelry, but super happy, super chuffed. My kids love it. I put this in Sydney, my son who passed away, in his little stocking. We have stockings for everyone in the house and it has our initial on it. So his is at the end with a big S on it. And it made me feel good to know that I had put something in his stocking. Now, obviously he won't be playing with it, but whether it just sits on my shelf or whether I end up gifting it to another child to enjoy later, doesn't matter. The sentiment was there that it was something for him. So I've called it Sydney's Bee. I don't really have a name for this one yet. Comet, Dancer, Prancer. We'll name him later. So my husband said to make all the reindeers and then make one Rudolph as well, and then I can make Santa and then make a sleigh. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll get onto that. It'll take me 10 years to get them all done. So yeah, I got, and then for the nose and like snout with the white and the white, black and the dark brown and the antlers, I used this yarn. Even though it's 8 ply, I just held it double. So I did the same stitch that was required. I just did these double and it worked out really well. So this one was just super chunky. And then I'm super impressed with myself actually saying this, because 5 decent projects finished. Super impressed. I have worked on my shawl, Lost in Time shawl. So Lost in Time by Johanna Lindahl. And I'm making another one. I made one as a gift 2-3 months ago, and I wanted to make one for myself. So I was up to, just drop it on my face, here. There we go. I was up to here where the popcorn stitch row is, which is in this bit. And so I've done from there to there. I had a couple of doctor's appointments. I had a psychologist visit for myself. Just had one of my final check-ins for this year. Actually, it was my last check-in, but I think I had 2 in the last couple of weeks. No, sorry, I had just GP's visits, all post. I had to have a cesarean section when I had my son as well. So I've had post checks with all my health. And since then, because I got preeclampsia, so I have had high blood pressure and blood pressure issues since, and probably will forever now. So it's just an ongoing thing. I know a lot of people do have it, so I'm not saying it as a complaint, just explaining that I had a lot of appointments. So I've taken it with me to GP visits and my psychologist visit, and she loves seeing what I'm doing because, as she was the one that pointed out all my crochet is therapy, which is amazing. I love it because now I just show it in everyone's face. All the people who don't understand about knitting and crocheting, I'm like, yep, my psychologist said I have to do it, so there's that. And they're like, oh, okay. But anyway, that's a whole other thing. So I'm using this yarn. I've got 2 balls. I have just a smidge left of the other first one. So it is Malabrigo. Oh, my face. There we go. Dos Terras, Flamma, 089 is the number, but that is all the details. I would say 8 ply. It doesn't say, but I would say about an 8 ply. It could possibly be thicker 8 ply, but that doesn't faze me at all. With this shawl, it does not matter because you're just working the repeats until you get the required length that you want for yourself. So I'm going to use the 2 balls up completely, see where it falls, and see if it comes around my neck long enough. If it doesn't, I will just buy another one online. Doesn't matter the price, I just want to finish it, and hopefully I can get it because I did buy it a while ago. But yeah, it is 50% merino wool and 50% baby alpaca. Super soft, super soft. And that was a stash yarn that I just wasn't using. It's kind of odd. I coveted it. I wanted it so much. I bought it and I was like, I'm gonna make something fantabulous with this, and then you don't know what is great and what's good enough. And I thought, well, it's not about what's good enough, it's what you want to make with it. So I did. I made my lovely shawl. So it's not going to happen really quick. I'm not going to get it done by the end of this year. I'm not going to get it probably done in January. I'm just going to plod along with that one in the background. Otherwise I stress myself out and I get anxious and then I really have to finish it. However, I did buy some yarn. I'm talking really fast today, I apologise. So I did buy another, oh, there you go, there's the label. I did buy a whirl, so I've got a Strawberries and Scream, and I've got, I kind of went nuts. This one is Tasty Nom Nom in the purple. My local, not local, why do I keep saying that? A close yarn store to me called yarnish.com.au has patterns, and I follow them on Instagram, and they show you the pattern photos in the lead up to them being released. There's this gorgeous top with the model wearing this. I am so going to make the top in this. That night I couldn't decide because it was like 11 o'clock at night when I was ordering yarn. Worst thing to do. So I just got 2. Regardless, I can make whatever. There's a few patterns with this specific yarn in it. It's a 4 ply, so it's tiny and it always takes a while to use up. But I have used 1, 2, 3. I've used 3 of these now in various different colours, and I love it. So it's good. Because I don't have to change colours constantly, I don't have to weave in ends constantly, it's great. And then I wanted to try this, because these ones are called Frosted Whirls. So, can't really see, but there's actually like a, shine to it, or one of the threads is shiny when they all spin around. So it's, the other ones are cotton acrylic blends. Let me get that. 60% cotton, 40% acrylic. And this one is instead 57% cotton, 38% acrylic, and 5% lurex polyester, which is the shine. And that colour is Sunny Sunday Sauce. Pretty. So I've got 3 of those. I also got myself, to explain the other reason why, not to explain, to tell you why, because I want to share. I'm an oversharer and I just want to share. My husband is a firefighter with the New South Wales RFS, which is the New South Wales Rural Fire Service, if in case you don't know. It's the state that I live in, their fire service that they have, and he has been busy, crazy busy. We have been having some of the worst bushfires slash wildfires, depending on where you are and what you call them, that we've had in a long time, possibly 20 years. We do remember one in 2001 being on this scale, but not this bad. We have one up north which has joined. It was like 3 big ones and they've all joined. We've now burnt 300,000 hectares. 300,000? Yeah, of land. And we have like 80,000 hectares. Like, it's 5%. We've burnt 5% of all the land in New South Wales. And that's crazy and like unheard of. All in one go, like all in one time. Anyway, the fires first started in July, in winter for us, and they're still going now. So our house has not been impacted by fire, which I'm very thankful for. We are predicted to have fire here at my house, or in the suburb I live in, next weekend. So it's that day today. I think it's going to be next weekend, but it could be sooner, depending on the weather. It's been around 36 to 40, 42 at the highest. It changes day to day. So if it gets extremely high, extremely dry, with lots of wind, it moves really fast and it could get here quicker. So I wasn't sure if he was going to get me Christmas presents. This is to tie into yarn. And so I was kind of like, I'm just going to buy it. Because it doesn't matter if he doesn't. I don't expect him to. He's been doing so much for everyone around us that I just wanted to get myself something as well. So I bought I don't know, I haven't got my whole set with me, but I bought clover hooks. I got a full set from 2 to 6 millimeters. I don't know the numbers that coincide with them, but I've just started using them. I used it for the scarf, for the amigurumi teddy bear, reindeer and bee. I used it for those as well. Really nice, beautiful. So it's a step up because I use a combination. At the moment I have, they're 2 clovers. Oops, wait a minute, I'm just looking in my bag to show you. I have some boy hooks with sort of those ergonomic handles. These are 2 of them, but I don't have a full sew set or anything, so I can only use them for certain projects. And the other ones, I've just got the aluminium hooks, so I have to fill in the gaps with the aluminium hooks or bamboo ones. I did at one stage try bamboo. I heard everyone saying that it really depends on you and how you hold your hook and how you crochet. So yeah, but I did spend a little bit of money and I invested in myself, and now I'm going to keep all my old hooks because they're backups in case I do lose anything. Sometimes I lose them down the side of the couch, or my kids run away with them and I don't find them for weeks. So I try to keep it now in the project bag with the project, because I've learnt that, you know, the kids do get into things. It's the way of the world with children. But yeah, so there's all that. Yeah, so I treated myself. I'm just looking around and saying, yep, that's about it. So I've treated myself. I bought a few things. I did not get anything yarny related for Christmas this year. I got lots of plants because I also love succulents. I have a massive succulent garden. So I got a gift voucher at a hardware plant store. Like, they sell everything, so I've done that. And yes, I have had a few new subscribers, and I want to say thank you if that is yourself, and if you've just joined, thank you. If anyone has like pointed out that I'm here and I haven't heard, because I have no idea, but if you have come here from somewhere else, please leave a message, because then I'll just thank that person for saying my name. But please come back and watch next time. I will not know when I'll be doing it next, but a couple of weeks. At the moment, there's no set schedule going into New Year just at the minute. We're going to work ourselves out once the New Year hits. So have a good New Year as well, everyone. We're going into 2020 and hopefully it's a good, smooth transition. I don't want anything to happen, please. Had a big year. And I will be checking in next time with hopefully just as many finished projects, because I've done heaps. And hopefully not any new yarn. I'd like to see 2020 using more of my stash than I ever have, because a lot of the times this year I've bought yarn for projects. I haven't used any stash, so but it should. Alright, well, thank you for watching. I keep looking at all my projects and feeling good. Have a good day. Thank you for watching. Good night, because I'm going to now make dinner. But for yourself, whenever you watch, have a good part of the day that you're in, and I'll see you next time.